Hello everybody, today I'll be sharing my history with Vocaloid and what it means to me. I'm not really sure how to approach the topic or even this type of video, but I hope you enjoy it anyways. In the future, I'll be working on anime reviews, my hot takes on pop culture, and playing/reacting to different kinds of otaku games. With that being said, let's begin the video. Also, quick disclaimer, if my mic quality sucks, that's because I'm recording on a literal $5 headset, so just a heads up. I was that kid in middle school, the one with anime wallpapers, nightcore blasting my eardrums out, reading fanfictions on Wattpad, drawing yandere girls, thinking I was so cool, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one who had that phase of role-playing on Kick. Nevertheless, our story begins on New Year's Eve of 2014. My best friend at the time introduced me to a thing called VOCALOID. At the time, I had only seen this Miku character in PewDiePie's video, so when school started up again, we got together at lunch and with our Android phones, listened to some Vocaloid songs. The first songs that she showed me were songs that I still really enjoy today. They were Melt and Meltdown, ironically both songs with Melt in the title. There was something oddly charming about this singing android girl, and little did I know, Miku would become what is now my favorite character of all time. Eventually, Vocaloid grew from just being an interesting thing that my friend showed me, to basically a part of my life for a good few years. Even now, I keep up with recent news on Vocaloid and other synthesizers such as Utau, especially with NT Miku being released in the near future and Krypton's plans for their beloved diva, but I'll get more into that later in the video. I digress. As I said before, Vocaloid grew into a big part of my character and everything I did kinda revolved around it. Somehow, every fandom I was in, Miku crept her way into it. FNAF Vocaloid covers, Minecraft MMDs, Vocaloid fanfics, you name it, I probably read it. How obsessed was I with Vocaloid and Utau? Well, let's just say that I literally did a college board project for coding in freshman year on Vocaloid. I kid you not, I submitted a whole project about Vocaloid with zero shame. I can guarantee you that my music taste at the time was almost 90% Vocaloid and Utau. At one point I even got my brother into the fandom because of a cover of Streaming Heart with the Utau-loid Namineritsu. There were also some Vocaloid bops I discovered during this time that remain my favorites, and they remind me of simpler times. From staple favorites like Rolling Girl, Odds and Ends, to newer deco songs like Ghost Roll and Liner Dance. I was the pinnacle of cringy Vocaloid fan with Miku figures, wallpapers, posters, albums, etc. Despite all of this, I eventually grew out of it, or so I thought, and then I got into K-pop. K-pop Vocaloid covers, but that's another topic for another day. My Vocaloid and Utau days peaked at around the end of sophomore year in high school, where I decided I hated myself and I got into K-pop. Without knowing it, after a whole year and a half of worshipping my Korean kings and queens and whatnot, Vocaloid came back into my life. After seeing Nick Robinson's video on Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku over 5 times, I kid you not, I've watched the video 5 times, I decided to revisit the fictional singer that I remembered so fondly. Eventually, Vocaloid songs started appearing in my recommended again, and it's even part of the reason why I'm starting this channel. I mean, albeit my music taste is much more than Vocaloid nowadays, it's mostly J-pop, K-pop, C-pop, V-pop, whatever I'm in the mood for really. But without any regret, I can finally say that I like Vocaloid again. I got over my denial of Vocaloid because I thought it was above that robotic nonsense. But I can now appreciate it for what it is. Of course, it's not the most realistic, and we're still a long way from achieving perfect realistic voice. There are talented tuners out there that really truly shine and manage to achieve what is thought to be impossible. As I mentioned before, I'm getting back into Vocaloid, so naturally I learned about this direction that Krypton is taking Hatsune Miku and other Lloids. In the near future, Krypton Future Media will be releasing Hatsune Miku NT on the Paya Pro engine, completely gaining ownership of Hatsune Miku. Due to the train wreck that is Vocaloid 5 and Yamaha's poor management of the engine, I believe that Miku moving to a new engine will allow her and her fellow Krypton Lloids to grow as products. Other Vocaloid companies are slowly distancing themselves from Yamaha, and Vocaloid as a whole, really. Studios such as PowerFX have stated that they will not be releasing any new voice banks, and some even choose to move to different engines. Vocaloid has been losing relevance as a fandom. Taking that statement with a pinch of salt, yes, Vocaloid isn't as popular as it was in the early 2010s or even when Miku came out in the late 2000s, but it's certainly not dead. With the new prototype NT bank released for Miku, it gave me hope that my favorite character would live on, and from what I've heard so far, they're listening to fans and they're bringing back the things that made the original V2 Miku so popular upon release. I can't wait to see how producers and cover artists approach the Hatsune Miku NT. All in all, Miku and Vocaloid have made such a huge impact on myself and those around me. Miku will always be fondly remembered by me even when I inevitably do stop listening to Vocaloid. I'm not really sure how to wrap up this video or where to even go from this point, but I'm hopeful of the future, and I hope I can gain a few fans and friends along the way. Here's to more memories made. Thank you, Miku.